Hey there folks, how you doing? This is Tony with Getting Back to the Basics. I worked the other day on getting some boards ready for the fireplace I'm gonna do, and I got the two wood beams. I got them milled down. I got them sitting in the kiln right now, and the temperature of my kiln is about 96, between 96 and 98 degrees, which is a lot closer than where it was at before, because before I couldn't get it to 80 degrees, and I opened it today and it's hot in there. So I can increase that temperature inside that. All I have to do is insulate it, and it's going to run me right about 50 bucks to insulate it with the styrofoam, and that's what I would like to use because it's going to be a little bit better than the Owens Corning fiberglass. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the boards that I was working with that I milled down for the fireplace. So let me put my glasses are dirty here and can't see without them. I can see, but I can't see without them. Does that make any sense? Anybody wears glasses, they know exactly what I'm talking about. So we're gonna flip this around. Ignore my messy wood shop because it's a wood shop and it's a disaster, but it is what it is. So these are the boards that I've all got planed down, and I don't need to use all of them, but I'm gonna use a good bit because boards like this I can't use where it's split, and I'm gonna have to cut it back to here, and which you can see this is all planed down pretty smooth. I still have to sand it, but you know, I might leave it because it's fine. It's not, I'm not going for perfection. I'm going for, you know, a really unique look. And if I need to have more, I got plenty of more pallets to tear it down. So moving over here, this is part of the stack of flooring. Now these boards are right about, I think about, I don't know how much tape measure it's out there. They're about 1 inch thick, and I got to plane these down to about 3/4 of an inch thick, and I'm gonna break these up in sections as far as I figure out how many I have, and go from there, because I'm not going to do them all at one time because it's going to take a good while to get these planed down. So let's go out here, and oh, it's been a while since you've seen the baby chicks, and here's some of them right here. They've actually gotten bigger, and this is some of our older chickens, and I don't know where the other 6 are at. So this is all my scrap wood out here. So here's my shorter pieces of oak that I'm going to be planing down. So we'll get the tape measure out, and we're gonna measure these. So these are about 15 inches, and they're roughly right about 1 inch thick. So I want to get them down to about 3/4 of an inch. So what I'm gonna do, sorry, flip this back around. I got jumped the gun. So this is what I'm using to plane these boards down. And what this is a wood planer. It will plane up to 6 inches, you know, thick, but 13 inches wide. But right now, I've got it set to where it's just above 1 inch, and which this is actually supposed to be on the other side, and I had something happen to it, so I had to sit there and, you know, tweak it. But it's fine. I just, you know, I got a tape measure and it'll work for what I have to do. So the whole purpose of this is when you turn this thing on, you send the boards through here, and you see it barely kind of catching. And there's a long blade in there that goes from this side all the way to here. And what it does is it spits out wood shavings. And if you see all this right here, this is the kind of wood shavings that it spits out, depending on how, you know, how far you drop it down. If you only do it 1/4 of a turn at a time, it's going to take off very fine wood shavings. But if you turn it, you know, a 1/2 turn to 3/4 turn to a full turn, it's going to take out real long wood shavings. You're going to get long wood shavings. It looks about like so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and run some of these boards through here, get flipped around, and so you can see the process. And you'll see as the boards come through here, I'm gonna grab them, get them smoothed down to where, you know, the thickness I need, because I need to have 3/4, like I said, 3/4 of an inch. And if you look right here, kind of hard to see, but this has a lip, and this is where, you know, I was milling it with the chainsaw. Oh, I'm sorry, no, this is where I had milled it with the table saw. Because if you look here, kind of see the circular motions, that's from the table saw. And then of course this right here, this is, you know, it's not a smooth cut, it's not a straight cut, but that will all be straightened out because I'm gonna take both of these sides down, probably leave this side where it's at, and then take both of these sides down. So let's go ahead and get this machine fired up and see what we get. I'll get one done so you can see. So, sorry about that. I went ahead and just ran 3 boards through there. So if you remember looking at this right here, it took some of it down. But this board, this one right here, if you remember, it had, and you can barely see it. It's kind of hard to see because it took it down pretty good. And I think it was on, yeah, it was on this side. Yep, this side right here, because here's the swirl marks from the table saw. So if you look, it's all gone. So that big wide blade, you know, just took it down. And so if you can see, this is what the one side looks like before you plane it, and here's your other side. So this right here is just about 100% ready to go. Like I said, I have to take this down. You can see this difference in the color right here. This right here has been planed down. It looks a lot smoother. Here's the other side. This is just rough cut. So that's where we're at with that. You know, same thing with this one right here. It's going to take, like you can see right here, this still needs to be taken down, but this right here was taken down. So it's a long process, but when it's all said and done, I've made my own flooring, and the only thing it cost me was just, you know, the electricity for the equipment. I don't have to worry about going out standing in line at Home Depot or Lowe's or a flooring store and figure out what I want, and then go in there and figure out the square footage. I still have to figure out the square footage for what I need, but I can stain this to the exact color I want. It doesn't have to go down a certain way. A lot of times flooring is nailed down, sometimes it's glued down. This flooring will be nailed down. I'm not worrying about it, because I'm gonna be here for probably another 10-15 years before we buy a piece of property up in the mountains, and I start clearing the land for that so we can build our cabin. So anyway, folks, if you like what you see, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and hit the bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. So anyway, folks, you take care, and God bless. Bye-bye.